I'm a small business owner. I have an e-commerce site. We also rent out a warehouse. We do manufacturing and distribution of natural products. And one of the forms of payment that we take are e-checks. And we were scammed and conned by someone, and we used a company called Green Money, who essentially uh, took advantage of us. They provided fraudulent checks to my bank. Um, they took money out of my account after 10 days after transactions were verified, charged me $20 chargebacks and 2.9% on each 2.95% on each transaction that bounced. And they locked me out of my account the second I spoke to my bank. And I think they should be held accountable. And I just want what's mine. And that's it. Green Money, they're an e-check company. So they're like an e-check ACH. So they essentially provide an e-check service for companies to sell stuff online, right? So it's an alternative form of payment. So you take payment via account and routing number. So they provide an alternative form of payment. And you collect payment account and routing number. So the user just has to fill in their name, address, account and routing number. And the way it works is the funds are in your account within they say 3 to 7 business days, right? So the funds hit our account um, probably a day or two after, and then we ship the product. So there was one day where we had 3 sales, and there were sales that were like totaling over $3,000. And after 10 days, we noticed that the money that was in our account from these sales were then taken out of the account after 10 days, when we have their verification system that like I signed up for. So I got the email verification saying that like, all right, this payment's been processed. And it went through the verification process. So when I saw that the funds were taken from my account, I called the customer to see, I just called them, and it was a fake phone number, so they didn't verify anything. It was a fake address, it was a fake name. And I knew I was signed up for all these verification services because they've been flagged in the past. So, they purchased things that were really expensive. Their orders were, one of them was 1,300, one was like close to 1,400, and so this is the email that you'll get that verifies. Right, so this will verify it, and I'll send you these pictures that will say like, all right, the payment went through and everything. And once these checks all bounced, I went to my bank, and they were able to actually pull up the checks provided by Green Money, and they said they were fraudulent checks. And these are what the checks look like. And I asked and right when I told Green Money about this, they responded, your account has been locked. You're not allowed in your account. It's going to close in 5 days. I said, please don't touch my account. I have an investigation being opened. Don't touch my account. No one responded to me. They said, this is what their email said, word for word. We received a request to close your account. Green Money has subsequently, your Green Money account, and subsequently your account is scheduled to be closed on 10/6. Once the account is closed, all pending payments entries will be deleted from the system. This includes all payment entries in your checks, awaiting next batch, future checks, reoccurring checks. Before your account is officially closed, please provide a link with why you're choosing to close your account with us. And then I'm like, don't close my account. Like, I don't want it closed. And like, this went on for like a week, and they were just ignoring me. And So really they didn't verify any of the customers' information because they were fake routing and account numbers. They provided, I asked them, I'm like, so you guys provided the banks these checks, and they wouldn't admit to it, but that's how e-checks work. And I just the way they handled this whole situation, how they said they were going to close my account, they locked me out of my account. It was just the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen. And on top of it all, they charged me $20 per transaction, a 2.995% transaction fee on these fake transactions that didn't go through. And they say, like, once you and I said, if this doesn't look like a verified email, what does a verified email look like? Like, when is it okay to send product? If you're taking money out of my account after 10 days, like, nowhere does it says 3 to 7 days max, and after 10 days they're taking it out, and they didn't even do the simplest thing to check someone's phone number. So um and we're a small business. We're a small business, and they took no accountability. They tried to wipe their tracks, and we were treated really poorly. And they wouldn't give us any of our money back, nothing. And I saw people that have had similar issues with them in the past. And honestly, they're just really, like, mean. They're so we filed a complaint with, like, the Better Bureau investigation. I'm not sure if you have any experience with this stuff in the past or whatnot, but I don't know what I should do, if I should file a police report, or I want to get reimbursed for our sales that we lost. That's all I want. I want what we were owed. That's it. And I get that, like, maybe going on here and letting other people know to be aware of this company or other e-check companies that do something similar, but I don't think that they should get away with this. I hope people, maybe become a little more cautious, be aware of these companies, and if you do use green money, they will screw you over. And I want clarification. If they're not going to answer my questions or any of my emails, I don't know why they won't respond to simple questions that I asked. Like, I have recordings speaking to their employees on the phone saying, like, these funds shouldn't have been taken out of my account after 10 days, right? And they're like, no, that shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. The bank, literally, they said it was fraud, so for the bank to say that, this looks like fraud, it's got to be fraud, so and then for them to say they're going to wipe out my account and everything, that, like, all of my evidence, that's obstructing justice right there. How are you going to do that to a customer? Like, you're just going to lock me out of my account and say I can't even review anything. Like, you're not going to do that to a customer who, and I've been a customer of theirs for years, since 2019. You're not going to do that to someone unless you have something to hide. So what do they have to hide? You're going to lock me out of my account and clear my account history clean? Like, that's insane. And it was like before they even closed my account, they locked me out. They wouldn't let me in. They said your username and password's incorrect. I'm like, I can't get into my account before you guys even close it. Like, I have an investigation going on. Why can't I just look at my account? And they wouldn't do it. I think people should be aware and be more cautious. There is a lot of fraud going on right now, even beyond with just e-checks. But I'm sick of these corporations taking advantage of the little guys. Like, what's not a lot of money to them, a lot of money to us. They held no accountability, and I think that it's about time that companies are held accountable. You know, where maybe the small guy wins. You know, they should take ownership, and they even state that if a payment processed and verified by green money bounces, that the customer will be reimbursed with credit. And that's the exact. So I'm like, so why aren't I being reimbursed if this was verified? I got your email verification. I got everything. What am I missing here? You know, like I'm like, why don't I qualify for this then? And you know what? It was the fact that like how high these transactions were, where they couldn't even do something as so simple as check a phone call, you know, to check to see if a phone call is valid, if a name is valid, nothing on $1,200 transactions, and you know something this verification system that I'm paying extra for, um, and it was cleared. Like they were all cleared.